November 1918, northern France. The war was dying, but it refused to die quietly. For 4 long years, World War I had devoured an entire generation. Empires had collapsed, nations had bled, and millions lay buried beneath mud and broken wire. By autumn 1918, Germany was exhausted. Its allies were falling apart. Everyone knew the end was close. But knowing did not stop the killing. Along the Western Front, soldiers still waited in trenches soaked with rain and blood. Orders continued to arrive. Attacks were still planned. Men were still sent forward, even though whispers of an armistice spread through the lines. One such place was near the small French village of Stenay, along the Meuse River. On the morning of November 11, 1918, American soldiers of the 89th Division prepared to attack German positions. The official ceasefire was scheduled for 11 a.m. It was only hours away, yet the orders were clear: advance. The soldiers did not understand why. Some officers believed attacking would improve their positions. Others feared disobeying orders more than enemy fire. And so, the men moved forward. Machine guns opened instantly. German defenders, just as aware of the coming ceasefire, fired back. They were soldiers, too tired, hungry, desperate to survive the final hours. Bullets tore through the fog. Men fell into the mud, screaming for medics who could not reach them. Shells exploded in the fields, tearing bodies apart even as church bells in nearby villages waited to ring for peace. At 10:45 a.m., 15 minutes before the war's end, Private Henry Gunther of the American Expeditionary Forces charged forward alone toward a German machine gun nest. German soldiers shouted at him to stop. They waved. They fired warning shots. Gunther kept running. Moments later, he was shot and killed. He became the last American soldier to die in World War I. At 11 a.m., the guns finally fell silent. After more than 4 years of continuous warfare, the sound disappeared so suddenly that many soldiers were confused. Some thought it was a trick. Others remained frozen, waiting for another shell that never came. Then realization spread. It was over. Men slowly climbed out of trenches they had lived in for months, sometimes years. They looked at the sky. Some laughed. Some cried. Some simply sat down, unable to process what had happened. Across Europe, bells rang. Crowds filled streets. Flags waved. The war that was supposed to be over by Christmas had finally ended. But celebration could not erase what had been lost. More than 16 million people were dead. Entire villages no longer existed. Farmland was poisoned by chemicals and corpses. A generation of young men was gone, returned broken in body and mind. Many soldiers felt numb. They had survived, but they did not feel victorious. Trenches had taught them a brutal lesson. Courage did not guarantee survival, and survival did not guarantee peace. Friends they had eaten with, laughed with, and trusted with, their lives were gone forever. The world they returned to could never understand what they had seen. Families waited at train stations, searching faces for familiar eyes. Some were reunited, many were not. Names carved into stone replaced living voices. And yet, even in those final hours, the war had refused to spare lives. On November 11th alone, nearly 11,000 men were killed, wounded, or missing, on the very day peace was declared. The war ended not with mercy, but with exhaustion. In the months that followed, leaders promised that this sacrifice would mean something, that the world would learn, that there would never be another war like this. They were wrong. The treaties that followed punished the defeated and disappointed the victorious. Anger replaced hope. Trauma was ignored. The silence after the guns proved only temporary. 21 years later, the world would burn again. World War I ended in 1918, but its final victims fell when peace was already signed. And their story remains a reminder of war's cruelest truth. Even when the end is near, war still demands blood.